Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Forza Motorsport. In today's video I'm going to give you a handy little guide to get the best possible camera settings depending on your setup that you're using for Forza Motorsport. Now, one of the best things about this game is there is actually FOV sliders, meaning that you can change the FOV of every single viewpoint to your personal preference. Whether you're really close up to a monitor or sat far away looking at a TV screen, this guide should be able to help you get the perfect FOV. So the first thing you genuinely want to do is just go on some type of browser and type in FOV calculator. Now there's going to be many options, and I'm actually going to show you a couple of different I guess results. Now some are going to be a bit more complex than others, and to be honest, when it comes to Forza Motorsport, I would say that because it's just a general slider, you don't really need the more complex ones. It's actually relatively easy to get a decent FOV just using a fairly basic slider. Now what you're seeing in the background here is actually the default camera settings for Forza Motorsport. Now for me personally, I sit quite close to a monitor. Whether I'm playing on PC or the console version, I will be always running on this monitor, and it is relatively close to me. Now whilst most of the camera angles were actually okay, the main ones I found that I had an issue with were both the bumper camera and the sort of hood camera. Both of those just didn't quite seem right for me. For me, the hood camera just was far too stretched out, and sort of the viewing distance just wasn't quite correct, and the bumper cam, which you're seeing here, again, just didn't quite add up. Now this is one of the more complex calculators. Again, there's going to be a ton of results. This is one of the GitHub ones. Usually this will be sort of the first one listed. Now for this one here, as you can see, you've got the HFOV, which is sort of your high, and your VFOV, which is your vertical. You've also got a bunch of specific game ones mixed in. Now Forza isn't listed here, but the good thing about this, you can set everything from your screen size, bevel size, and even triple monitors. Now this is a look at a bit more of a basic one. This is definitely one that I would recommend using for Forza. You can put your distance to the screen in, your screen size, how many screens you're running, and it's just going to give you a relative idea. Once again, it will just give you a general overview. You don't need a specific game, and well, when I put some, I guess basic results in, those were my results. So once you've used the FOV calculator and you've got a relative idea of what you want to set up, you want to head over to Gameplay and HUD and scroll all the way down to the camera section of the options. Now the first thing you want to do is the Custom Camera FOV. Switch this to On, and then you're just going to edit the cameras bit by bit. Now bumper cam for me, I definitely want a sort of lower value FOV, so 42 is a sweet spot for that. For the HUD, 44 is a sweet spot for me. Now in terms of the cockpit FOV, I actually want this further up. This is when I'm just kind of, racing about. I prefer it a little bit further away, I guess. In terms of the driver camera, that's sort of the close-up cockpit. I want this again at 42. In terms of the chase cam near, 50 is a sweet spot for me, and the far cam once again at 50. Camera motion effects I fully recommend having off. Now in terms of these camera drift settings and stuff, these aren't necessarily that important. I honestly could do without even editing these, so to be honest, I've just left these at default. The main thing I'm wanting to change here is my FOVs themselves for the actual cameras individually, so I can get the sweet spot for me personally. Now again, it's completely up to you if you do want to change these. This will just be the different effects and kind of speed to them. For me, I don't mind them at their default settings. Again, it's completely up to you. You can either higher or lower those values if you need to do so. So after I put my FOV calculator results in and kind of messed around with them a little bit and got each camera set up individually, here are my final results. Now for me, these are absolutely perfect for the setup I've got. I've also taken away the camera effects. Personally, I'm not a fan of them. Again, the main reason you may want to edit your FOV and get them pretty much spot on is for when you're competitive racing. For me personally, when it comes to racing competitive, I much prefer either hood cam or bumper cam. These ones are absolutely perfect for me. It's just a viewing angle that I've always kind of raced in, whether that be really any kind of racing game, unless it's something like iRacing or Assetto Corsa, in which case I'm in cockpit cam. So for me, these are definitely ideal when it comes to racing in multiplayer and competitively within Forza Motorsport, and getting that FOV absolutely in the sweet spot is crucial. Like I said, there was very much out and it just didn't quite feel right. And using these FOV calculators, you can get a relative idea of where you realistically need to be aiming at, and then you can just kind of adjust around those areas to find that sweet spot for you. Definitely, if you want to be racing more competitively, just take the effects off. I'm not a huge fan of them, and I definitely think in terms of your overall competitiveness, they're just going to kind of affect your entire experience, and it's better just to be kind of doing away with them. So there we go. Hopefully this guide helped you guys figure out the perfect camera settings and FOV for you. Now, this is the best thing about having FOV sliders in games. I think specifically in racing games, it's crucial to have FOV sliders, and this is certainly one of the best things about Forza Motorsport, allowing us to individually FOV slide each and every camera in game. Certainly gives us the opportunity to kind of mess around, and hopefully this guide saves you a ton of time, that you're not just going through individually and wasting 30 minutes to an hour just kind of messing around with the different camera angles. Using these FOV calculators, you can get a general idea of where you need to be aiming, depending on your setup, depending on your screen size, how far away you sit. This should give you a much quicker idea to be able to get the perfect sweet spot in them FOVs, as well as getting rid of those annoying camera effects. Again, much better for competitive racing. If you're just playing single player, then to be honest, maybe default might be the way you want to go. But definitely if you're looking to be more competitive online, removing the annoying effects and getting that sweet spot for you on those FOVs is going to be crucial. Thanks so much for watching. If you did like this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss an upload from me. I upload each and every day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Peace.